So a few months ago, I was on Twitter when I came across my beloved bestie's tweet. That's right, Eltanin was looking for players for a D&D campaign. After politely asking to be included, he let me in the Discord. Now, with his players, Chipsonline, Hannah-Kate, and yours truly, our adventure begins as ROMY, Ash, and Del arrive at the Willowfell Gladiator event. Quick note, I promise I'm not becoming a D&D channel. I just have such bad brain rot about these characters, and I need to share it with you guys. So subscribe to join my latest obsession, and of course, to catch my other gaming content.
Okay,
Yeah,
I need like a moment where you go, okay, everyone get in character, and then we are in character from that moment on, because I don't know when to like do that.
First tell me step by step what's about to happen.
I need you to first hold my hand and tell me it's gonna be okay.
I need you to first tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, thanks, Mush.
Wait.
Wait,
No, you go here.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Oh wait,
Who is over here?
Oh wait,
Come
I'm
here.
following the stream now. Wait.
What are we doing?
We're holding hands!
Oh, I forgot we're playing mermaids. Okay.
Yes,
playing
there you go, we're
mermaids.
playing mermaids.
We're playing
Okay,
mermaids.
stay.
We're playing mermaids. Okay.
We're playing mermaids.
This is so nerve-wracking.
I know. I have so many notes on things.
I feel like this is like not even at all scary is the thing.
It's real. We're playing mermaids.
We're playing mermaids.
Yeah.
Playing mermaids.
So long. We've been bad at playing mermaids.
No,
all
you're never
adults
bad at
playing
playing
mermaids.
mermaids. There's no wrong way to play mermaids, okay?
You're so right.
Remember that. Keep that with
I'm like
you.
too excited.
Air whistles over the mountains, catching on the cold breeze, sliding down the valleys of the plains, rustling over the forest, over the wheat, and over the sea, picking up the salty breeze, over mountains and rivers and valleys and towns, and landing here with our first character as Rami. The wind rustles through your ears and rustles the paper that you hold in your hands. It's an ad in handwriting asking for fighters. You know in Willowfell that there is a gladiator arena in the Colosseum, not more than a couple feet away from you. And to get in it, you need a fighter, which you are. You qualify for fighters. But what you don't have is money. And this person is looking for a fighter. Rami, what do you look like?
I have black hair. It's, I would say probably like shoulder length, wolf cutty-ish. I've got like some fucking weird, like, just ignore it. Weird discoloration in my hair and in my eyebrows and eyelashes and shit. I got one blue eye and one very dark brown eye. I'm pretty pale, I would say, probably like 5'10"-ish. Lanky as fuck.
As you hold this ad in your hands, do you go to the fountain where it says to meet this sponsor, or do you try to find another one?
Who the fuck is a sponsor?
The sponsor is the person that has the money to get you into the arena, where the Heart of Destiny is, and information about the Leviathan Killer.
Oh. Yeah, I'll go meet him.
Over in the fountain, standing there, having posted 2 ads because they were very stressed and did not know what to do, is Ash. Ash, what do you look like?
Ash has short hair, very voluptuous. Think like fuck-ass Bob, but cool. Space buns, long braids. Hair is like fiery red, almost looks made of fire. Braids in the front, pale blonde. Good contrast. Skin, the color of ash. Cracks in it, almost like molten rock. Like bright red eyes. Couple scars scattered about their face from who knows what.
Ash, you have the money to sponsor up to 2 fighters. What you don't have is the qualifications to be a fighter, but you know you need to get into the arena. So whatever you have to do to get a fighter to allow you into the arena for that Heart of Destiny, you're going to do it. This is your quest. It's been given to you by your goddess, and you don't want to fail her. As you look up, but sitting by the fountain because you posted those ads, you've been here for an hour, and you're just waiting for someone to respond. approaching you from the distance. You see them walk up, and they're very direct in their walk. Del, what do you look like?
Well, a little gay, a little twinky, you know, your typical little twink. So Delphinius, if you will, he has like this slightly curly, long, black hair, like the little emo boy he is in his soul. And he has blue skin, actually. His hair, like, I don't even know, it almost looks wet, even. He's got, like, really dark eyes, like, dark brown eyes. How can I tie in another ocean pun? Not even a pun. Ocean comment. Like the darkest pits of the sea. He's a water genasi. That's my boy. And
Sit
he's
down.
tall. If you want a face claim for Del, imagine Ben Barnes without the beard.
Ben Barnes? Who the fuck is Ben Barnes? Hold on.
Prince Caspian.
Who's Ben Barnes? Who's Ben Barnes? Who?
I actually have no idea
Without the
who
beard?
that is.
Okay, wait. Prince Caspian or Ben Barnes now? Because Prince Caspian is so different from Ben Barnes
Probably
now.
more like Prince
Prince
Caspian.
Caspian. Don't do that to me. What?
Probably more like Prince Caspian because current Ben Barnes would be way too old.
Del, you are holding the other ad, one of two. On it says that there is a sponsor in need of a fighter. You qualify to be a fighter, but you also know that you have the money to sponsor a fighter, or go halvesies on one if that's what you wish. But most importantly, it gives you options. You've always liked options. So, you go to meet Ash. You see the fire Genasi sitting on the side of a fountain. No one else is sitting at the fountain. Everyone else is mingling about, shopping in the town centers, headed towards the Colosseum. You go to their Sloan figure. What do you do?
Del is gonna kind of, before he walks up, he's gonna analyze the situation and kind of just,
Okay.
you know, can I roll and see if I can notice anything about them, anything really of note, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you are going to make the first roll of the session.
Somebody did this in my last
Ash.
session, and that's how I know what to do.
Ash, are you trying to conceal anything? Or are you being an open book towards these potential fighters?
Couple secrets that I would
Couple
like to keep
secrets.
hidden.
First roll, oh my god. Oh,
Okay, cool. So both of you roll, which add one. You each add one to your roll. Whoever rolls higher, that is, yeah. Let me know Let me know what you roll.
I rolled a 9, so +1 is 10.
I rolled a 19, plus 1 is 20.
You, looking at them, do not see anything of malicious intent.
Okay, Slay.
But with that 20, you know that this is a cleric of death. And death has never been a kind goddess. So while they may not be keeping
Perfect,
malicious
okay.
secrets, this is not someone you want to get on the bad side.
Perfect. Okay.
This
then-
is what you know. This is a cleric of death. You know with absolute certainty that this is a cleric of death. You haven't seen one before, but something in your mind, your goddess itself maybe, knows that this is someone who is very dangerous. And even if they aren't dangerous, this is someone that the goddess of death has chosen, which means that they have a very dangerous primordial behind them. So, what do you do?
Okay. Del is gonna go up to Ash and he's kind of standing there just a little awkwardly. He's you know, but he looks up and he extends his hand and he's like, "Hi, I'm Del. It's nice to meet you."
Ash! Nice to meet you, too.
So, are you
What are-
putting your name in the ring or are you here to sponsor a fighter?
I will not be putting my own name in the ring, but definitely looking to put some other names in the ring. I'm here to sponsor.
Fascinating. You know, I assumed that you would have been a fighter given you just look like you're strong. So, You know, it's also funny. I also am looking to put somebody in the ring. Would you want to go halfsies with me? Team up, even.
Rami, this is when you approach, seeing these two people by the fountain, well dressed than you, clearly have more money. This could be your ticket in, and not only your ticket in, this could be a distraction for you. So you approach these two with an ad. You see Dell with the other ad. What do you do? Do you want to roll for investigation, perception, or do you just want to go up and speak with them?
What would I get out of investigation?
Just like
Whatever you
how
want.
Dell like tried to roll for secrets to understand like
I
these
would like to
people.
roll for investigation.
Okay, cool. So that's here. Roll roll a d20.
Okay.
This and you're gonna roll perception because you have a +2 perception.
So I add 2 to the number
Yeah,
that I got.
add 2 to the roll.
Got an 8.
Dell, are you hiding anything? Or are you an open book to these people?
I'm hiding. Yeah, I might be hiding something.
All right, awesome. If you want to roll a deception roll for me,
Yeah, okay.
you're gonna add a +4 to that.
Serve! Slay!
And then Ash, if you want to roll another deception roll for me, you're gonna add a +1 to that.
I got an 8.
You
I got
an
a
8, so you
17 plus 4.
No, I got a 6 plus 2.
16 plus 1, so 17.
Okay, so both of these guys in their deception have beat your perception.
Yeah.
So you get the vibe
So
that they're
right.
fine.
Right.
You know, in the back of your mind, they're probably hiding something. Everyone's hiding something.
Mhm.
But you don't
Obviously.
get anything that. Like, you don't know that Ash is a cleric of death.
Mhm.
And you don't know what Dell is.
Okay.
But they have money, and you need a sponsor.
I'm your dad.
I do. I
Woogie,
need
woogie,
money.
woogie.
Oh. Hi. Are you guys sponsor? You look like my bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't assume. Hi. I'm Romy.
Hi. You wouldn't happen to be a fighter, would you?
You wouldn't happen to be a sponsor, would you?
I might be.
I might be a fighter.
You've come at a
Okay.
rather opportune time. I'm Dell. It's nice to meet you. We're actually just talking about teaming up. Perhaps, Ash, maybe this
like-
is our fighter for the ring.
I don't know. I mean, they look pretty capable.
I mean, you bet your ass I'm fucking capable. Would you sponsor me?
Seems like a fighting spirit to me.
I agree.
Promising.
Are you still offering the halvesies?
I'm still offering the halvesies.
I guess I'm willing to go halvesies.
We've got a deal.
Got a deal.
All right then, Rami, was it?
Romy.
Romy! Oh, Romy. I guess you're our fighter.
Cool.
All right, awesome. With your team assembled, your fighter, your 2 sponsors, you approach the Colosseum. There's 2 gates. One has a very big sign that says sign up, and the other one has a very big gate that says audience. These are very clearly labeled, and there's a bunch of fucking theater kids running it. The Colosseum is, most of the time, a giant theater. But during the autumn and the spring equinox. Sorry, I'm mixing them up. On the spring and the autumn equinox, there are 2 events that go on. During the spring, you have your physical martial fighters. These are people who have the ability to fight, to punch, but only with their fists, their body, sometimes weapons. The arena changes, but for the most part, this is a theater of war. It is not just who is the best at fighting. It is who is the best at playing the game of war, of being able to win and being able to convince others that your fighter is the one who should win, being able to tell a story to the audience. And then during the fall, you have your magical fighters. We are in the spring equinox. You need a physical fighter, and Romy is one.
Perfect.
So you go lead yourselves to the sign-up sheet where there is a desk and a bunch of people just scrambling behind, running back and forth, making this setup for the entire week celebrations. You need a name for each one of you. Your fighter can either use their name or they can have a stage name to go on. And then the sponsors can either use their names or have a stage name. You go to sign up. The guy gives you a sheet to sign in. He expects you to fill this form out and give it back. As well, once that is filled out, you'll get a packet with a map of the arena, where you'll be staying, a room number, a key, and then you'll give them the sponsor money as well. So, Romy, Ash, and Dell, do you use your names or do you use a pseudonym for the stage?
Just use R.
My name is Danny DeVito.
Danny, and how do you spell that?
Danny, DANNY. DeVito,
Mhm.
DEVITO.
ITO. All right, excellent. So Mr. DeVito, here is your room number. Here is your key. Here included in the sponsorship packet is going to be a couple of things. Just some general things, a couple of the stage plays as sponsors with you. You're going to be able to have like a front row seating to the different plays that go on. We do ask to make sure that your fighters do not cause a ruckus, as this is a very professional sport. There is crashing going on in the background as he's speaking this, and you hear screams and then people panicking. It's very professional. It's professional, and we know what's going on. And for you, Ash, do you use your name or do you use a pseudonym?
I'll just use Ash. I don't need a
Just use
stage
Ash.
name.
All right, excellent. So Ash and Mr. DeVito, you receive 2 room keys. Each of the sponsors get their own room, as well as Romy or R will get their own key. I'll assign your rooms in a little bit. I need to pull up the map for that. So here, you enter into not the arena, which is above you guys, but the area underneath, which is for the fighters, the sponsors, the people with wealth. You enter in a tech kid, which is essentially what he is, dressed in all black, leads you through the hallways. And in through a small area, there's a bar, there's a couple of chairs, people frantically making drinks in the background. While it is a very well-run show, like any theater, there is absolute chaos behind the scenes. And then you're led in to room 1, if you're looking at the map. It's a very large circular room. There's dozens of tables and chairs of all various different size satyrs around, and as well as you'd say about 50 or so other fighters as well as sponsors in the room. There are a variety of different people with different sizes of weapons, swords, abilities. So, what do you do? Do you want to stick to yourselves and get to know each other? Are you going to start exploring the rest of the area? Down below there's a recreational room with bookcases, there's a piano, different rugs, a pool table, as well as the main area where all of these fighters, who you believe have been here multiple times before, are getting to know each other. You have options.
Hell no, I'm not going over there. I'm not fucking going over there. I don't care. I don't want to go over there.
Oh,
I'm not
come
meeting anyone.
on.
Fuck that.
Oh, come on. I think it's really important for you to meet the other fighters, maybe figure out any of their strengths, get on their good sides. Getting somebody on your good side is the perfect way to beat them in a fight. I think that's our tactic. What do we say? Walking around the room?
I think meeting the other fighters, find any weaknesses.
You want me to go over there? Really?
Yes.
I would
You can tell their
appreciate it.
weaknesses just by looking at them.
If you going over there will help you win this fight, then I want you to go
I
over
could
there.
break that one in half like a stick.
Well, why
The
don't you
person
just
that
go
you
over
point
there and
at-
make sure?
Looks over.
No!
This is a man who, hold on, let me pull up this description. He's a very tall man, dark, warm
Oh, God.
skin, golden horns.
Why
There's a
did you
couple
do
of scars
this?
across his face. He looks over and he smiles
Minds
at
his
you.
business.
It's like, sure, you can break me in half. Sweetheart,
What?
I'd love to see you try. And he turns away and looks back at the other fighters and continues his conversation. This man is not fazed by you. You don't even have to roll by this.
Well, I love men. That is what Dell says, by the way.
You see this dragonborn does a little snort into the side of his shoulder and does not turn back, but you can tell that he's amused by your response.
Look, I promise I could. He's just okay. Clearly the people here have a little too much money. Okay, it's fine.
Ash, you know people with money. You've seen people with money. The only person here, actually, hold on. A roll perception for me. It's going to be a +3 to whatever you, a d20 +3.
I love
Plus
math.
3 is good.
Oh, what is that? Ah! That's a 17 plus 3.
Hey,
Serve it up!
all right.
We're
Okay.
getting some good
Eight.
rolls today.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Knock on wood.
So you know people with money. You've seen people with money of all different ages, sizes. You've seen people across different countries and nobility. You know people with money. And you can see that there is only one person in this room that clearly has money. Everyone else is rich. They're like fine linens, leathers, furs, but no one is trying to show off that they have money. This is a place where they're very comfortable with each other. The only person in this room that has money is the man standing behind the dragonborn. This is a very tall, willowy lady, dark black hair, in like a very fine silk dress with very like intricate lace details. The stitching on it is immaculate. This is a dress that has been crafted and loved. There is a little bit of wear and tear on the seams where you would expect it to be as a dress that has been worn and loved, and it is clearly very, very expensive. As expensive as one of your parents' dresses is. But it's not theirs. This is the only person in this room who is swimming in wealth. And you also know that this lady is from Sylvania, which is the vampire kingdom, the kingdom of the undead, which means that this woman is more than likely a vampire. And secondly, more than likely part of the nobility of Sylvania. And she is standing next to the dragonborn with the horns and the gold glittery chains. Everyone else, you notice, does not seem to be looking at them in awe or wonder. But while she is next to him, she is not engaging with anyone, but she's watching the room with very careful eyes. Her eyes land on you, make contact, and they'll look away. So, Rami, these people have too much money. And
Clearly.
you know the people behind you have hurt you, but they don't seem to respond to that. What do you guys do?
Do you
You
know
can
that
meet the other
person?
fighters.
Seem to be eyeing them. Ash, do you know them?
No. No, they're just pretty dress.
Okay, whatever. God.
Definitely of
I'm
exquisite quality.
intrigued by the design and
Okay.
the person wearing it isn't that bad either, but
Okay, Della's just
Okay.
gonna go. And I love women. I just changed his sexuality. He was supposed to be gay, but then you described that woman, and I was like,
Romy stares at Del. Just blank slate.
Ash kind of shakes himself off and then once again suggests that Romy goes and talks to the other fighters because it could be beneficial.
Fine. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Sure. Great. Awesome.
And to reiterate the need of winning.
Okay. Cool. I know. I can win. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll go talk to them.
All right. So there's a couple of options as you look around the room. There's the Dragonborn, who has clearly sashed you before. However, while he's sashed you, he does seem open. There is no, while these people are talking to each other, the circles that they are in are open. There's no closed circle. Everyone is willing to talk to anyone. You see another couple people enter behind you, and they are met with a very tall, barbarian lady, orc with like big tusks, dark green skin. She goes, hugs them, pats them on the back, and essentially takes them to join. There's the orc lady. There's the. You're going to talk to the Dragonborn?
Sure.
All right, awesome. Cool. All right, so you turn around to talk to the Dragonborn. How do you get his attention? Do you just talk? Touch his arm? Yell up at this man, hey, bitch.
You know, I'm confrontational. I'm not like that, I'll just touch his arms, say, "Hey, sorry about what I said. I didn't mean, you look capable. I just gotta surge of confidence, I guess. I have to look good for these sponsors. You please, it's just, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. First time jitters?
Yeah, you could say that.
All right, here, come with me. Do you mind if I touch you?
Sure.
Sure. All right, let me know. So he takes an arm. It is very muscular. And has cuffs of gold around his arm. It's a dragonborn. Has his horde on him. He drapes an arm around your shoulders and very softly just nudges you forward to join the group, a little bit away from your sponsors, leaving behind the vampire lady behind him. There's no look back at her, but you know that there's a clear connection between these two. There's an understanding between them. As he takes you and goes to join a group of fighters, a little bit away from everyone else. You're not inundated with a bunch of new people. But it's you and him, further away from your new sponsors, but with these other fighters. Says, hi, my name is Ivan. It's a pleasure to meet you. Last year was my first two. It can be a lot, trust me. They don't really prepare you for these kind of things. They give you a packet and tell you to read it. Nobody reads it. Don't even, I'm pretty sure half the people over there can't read. Not that they're bad at it, they just can't. And I don't know why they keep giving the packets because, we're here to be muscle. We're not here to be intelligent. But what's your name? Or what is your pseudonym? Oh, Golden. That's my stage name. It's a lot, you know? Golden is my stage name, but you can just call me Ivan.
Right. I'm R. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have you competed in any one of these events before?
Not an event. I would say I'm a fighter, just not really a stage fighter, I guess.
Roll a perception check for me. D20.
Okay. 19.
4. You see, dangling from his ear, you have an amulet. It's tucked between your shirt so that no one else can see it. But his is on display. It is from one of the other monasteries. It is from the one very far up north. The Order of the Eternals. You know this man is a monk, and he is a part of your collection of monks. Not only that, you know that these guys, from looking at that amulet alone, it's in that very back of your memory of your mentor telling you about the different collection of monks, what they're good at, what they follow. Not only is he a dragonborn, but the Order of Monks are very, very good at beating shit up. They can take a lot of hits, and they can deal a lot of damage. And judging by the deep scars across his face, across his arms, and his willingness to just have them in the open, this man is very good at what he does. And not only that, he's very charismatic. So, you notice this amulet. He does not see yours. So,
You're a monk.
a fighter. Oh, a monk. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, the monasteries and everything. It's not too difficult, though. I mean, it doesn't really matter here.
Of course.
But, of course. You recognized it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order of Eternals? Is that?
You would be correct. Not many people know about us, sweetheart. So why do you?
I read a lot. Books.
You read a lot.
I do.
Roll me a deception
I
check.
do.
Roll me a deception check and add 2. Because you're lying.
That's so funny. Did you hear it?
Did you hear my roll? Did you hear my roll?
I did
I
not.
said 2.
2. Okay, so
Yeah.
he rolled a 16.
Oh! Okay! Anyway, sorry.
He knows you're lying,
Cool, great.
and he doesn't comment on it.
Thanks.
Do you read a lot? That's good to know. We love, I love books. Do you have a favorite author? A favorite scholar?
Just I don't know. I'm just kind of casual. I don't really pay attention to authors.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, Romy, there's a lot of things that you should know. I'll give you a little bit of a crash course here. While your skills as a fighter are very important, what is more important about than your ability to win is your ability to make people like you. So as fighters, we have 2 jobs. Is to win, but secondly, is to make people like us. And that means not just your sponsors, not just the other sponsors, but the audience. You can have, this whole bad boy thing going on. There's a couple people here, it works for them. They've been going here for, 5 years? They're edgy and dark, and people eat it up. You just have to be good at it. Because I want you to win.
He's so fine.
But you're not
Whoa.
going to.
Sorry. Sorry for my
Eating
outburst.
this guy up.
When are we
I'm
getting
not
the
going
pit
to
crew?
win.
Oh, you already have it, sweetheart.
I do? Wait, I do?
You do. You do.
Wait, who the fuck is this? Wait, who is this?
Who?
You have to pass 5 tiers to win this entire thing. There's tier 1, which is... Hold on. There's tier 1, which is tomorrow. Tier 2, which is on Wednesday. Tier 3 on Zea's Day. Tier 4 is on Friday. And Tier 5 is on Star Day. You are level 1. You started here. This is your first year, correct?
Yes.
You have to beat 10 fights minimum to win this entire thing.
Easy.
Okay. Then I'll see you in the ring.
Sounds good.
So, excellent. So he pats your back and goes to talk to another one. Not the vampire woman that he was with earlier, but off to another speaker, and leaves you here in the corner, letting you observe. Yes.
Can I butt in and add that this entire time Ash has actually not moved and also not looked away from the pretty vampire lady?
I need to say that Del has definitely done something in this time.
Excellent. Okay, tell me.
Del
We'll
is talking to the vampire lady.
Okay, excellent.
I'm going over and
Excellent.
introducing myself first things first. That's
Okay,
just the
cool.
Del way to do it.
You
So,
fighting
Ash's
over the
look
vampire
is now
lady?
spite
Oh, I'm not fighting over
and
her.
anger.
Actually, can I roll a perception check to see if I recognize this woman?
yes,
Do I?
absolutely.
Okay, great. I would love to. I'm
Please
scared.
do.
Okay. You're
that
kidding
would be,
me.
Really fun.
What did you roll?
What's with my plus? So I rolled a 4.
So it's so you rolled a 3? Because technically this is like history or investigation, which have -1 on.
Oh.
That's so fucking
You do
funny.
not recognize this
That's
woman.
tough.
You just know she's hot,
Okay.
and you're
cool.
like, damn, and that's it.
Okay,
no
I
brain
guess I
cells,
am.
head empty.
I'm gonna be
It's
so
just
real
a
with y'all.
hot
I
lady.
wasn't planning on flirting with her, but I will take this invitation.
All
Okay.
right, cool. So while Rami and Ivan are having a conversation, we look back to Del, who has decided to go straight for it, introduce himself to this vampire lady.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you do that?
I'm gonna walk right
And
up.
Ash is just staring.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is real. I'm so sorry. If you want to change
Little bit
that and come
angry.
with me, you're so welcome to. I'm more than happy to back up.
I say Ash will walk over there with you,
How
but
about-
at
oh,
this
wait.
point you've taken the lead with the talking,
Okay.
and I'm too busy looking at the dress.
You're so real for that, honestly. You're so real for that. Okay.
Do you want to
Del-
roll me and in our perception check, Ash? I can tell you more about the dress.
I would love
But
to hear more
Del.
about the dress.
How do you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna walk up there, and I'm going to. I feel like Adele is gonna all of a sudden have a shift. He's gonna walk over. He's all of a sudden every step that he takes is precise, delicate even. And he walks up and he says, "Hi, I'm so sorry to intrude. It's just I couldn't help but notice you from across the room, and can I just say your dress is absolutely stunning. Is that from the newest collection?"
Collection by who, my dear?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know many fashion names. I just know that I swear I saw it in the latest spring equinox what's the word I'm looking for? Magazine.
Oh, what did you roll for that
I
perception?
rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9 plus 3, so that gives you a 12. This dress is not from the Spring Equinox
it.
collection.
That's
It is. You think it's like 10, 20, maybe even 30 years old, just in the style of it, the way that the sleeves are formed. But you also know that in Sylvania, you know this for certain, you don't have to roll for it. You know in Sylvania that their fashion trends are a little bit wild, just because everybody's old as shit, because they're dead. So fashion trends don't really work there. But you know for certain that this
Oh,
dress
that-
is not recent.
Yes.
It's not new. So, this lady there's a hint of a smile, an almost like upturn of the mouth, and then it quickly fades back into this very like not neutral, but vaguely interested perspective. You know that her eyes are watching you, scanning you. They're far more aware than what her appearance may be. Sure, it is from the most recent collection. It's a very fabulous designer from the House of Pyre. Have you heard of them before?
1 second, I need to check my doc. I can't say that I have. Where do you guys come from?
Me or the dress? Those are two very different things, darling.
Wait, didn't she just say the pyre? Didn't she mention it? Or did I make that
Yes,
shit
the
up?
House of Pyre.
Okay.
She said that the dress from the House of Pyre.
Oh, okay.
Ash knows that this dress is not from the House of Pyre.
Okay, wait.
She is
I'll
lying to you
listen.
blatantly, but
Oh,
she's not
okay.
trying to be deceptive. She just knows that you don't know.
Yeah, which I think is really funny.
But
Okay.
yes, so you asked where she was from, where you were from, and she asked me or the dress.
Well, I suppose both, darling. I can't help it. There's something so magnetic about you. I can't help but want to know more.
I mean, many people tell me that, darling. Not all of them live to tell the tale. You won't be the last. You. She turns to look at you, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't spoken. What's your name, my dear?
Ash.
Ash. Wonderful. You have a very fine cloak.
Thank you. Would you like to tell me where the dress is really from?
Ah. My own, actually. My daughter. She is a aspiring dressmaker, let's say. Very, very talented in magics. Ash. With both dressmaker and magics, you know what she's implying. But she does not elaborate on that. It's very fine quality indeed. I've had it for a great many years. Same as your cloak, I imagine?
Brain is confused.
She knows. She doesn't know. She believes she knows who made your cloak. And she's trying to see if you know who made your cloak. It's
Need
up
to
to you.
look and see if I know.
You do.
I do.
You do know who made your cloak. It is a family relations, much like her daughter had made her dress. One of the members of your family did make your cloak.
And am I sitting here trying to decide if I'm gonna let her know that for sure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where the conversation was, but I don't think I want to let her know for sure.
All right, cool. But it's very wonderful. Very, very good quality material. Exquisite stitching. Stitching is it's the thing that ties us all together, really. But you guys are new, I presume. I don't recognize you from last year. And let's say we were very recognizable last year. We, meaning her and the Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm. She's talking to both of us now?
Yes, both of us.
Could you
both
say
of you
that
guys.
one more time?
It's like you guys are new this year. I don't remember you guys from last year, and we were very recognizable last year. So her and the Dragonborn were very recognizable last year, which means that there's something between those two that happened last year that you three don't know about yet.
Interesting. Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
So, were you here last year? What do you tell her?
Okay.
First time.
She knows that you weren't. She's you know,
I'm honest.
you've been in these situations before. You
I'm
know what
honest
she's
with her.
trying to see. You're honest with her? So you
I
have
tell her
not
it's-
been yet, Lasha.
First time.
First time? Excellent. Well, if you
Dell's
do
gonna
look
pipe
inside
up.
your
Can Dell pipe up real
Uh-huh.
quick?
Go
He's
for
gonna
it.
say, but not the last.
Not the last.
Ash gives a very angry side eye.
Rami
That-
is over in the background and she has a very clear view of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not the last. Well, I'd be happy to see you here next year. Is your fighter decent? You don't know.
We
You've
have no
never
clue.
seen Rami.
We really just said, you know what? This one has a mean spirit.
My response is, I'm still figuring that out.
Interesting.
I'll let you know once I find out.
Interesting. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Dell and Ash. I look forward to seeing you guys later. I believe in a couple hours there's going to be lunch. And then after that, you're free to go. There's plays around. They vary in their mediocrity. But I will see you then. And she walks off. So, you stand here. Rami, you are here, observing the room, observing the fighters who have a very clear rapport with each other. There's a couple people off to the side, a couple new fighters like you that have not been here before and still like a little bit panicked, a little bit sussing out the situation, as well as there's a lady, a tiefling, like fair-skinned with dark horns, going out and giving drinks to everybody. So who do you go to talk to? Do you go up to those fighters again, to the new lady who's handing out drinks, or do you go over to the newbies? Or do you go back to your sponsors who have just
I'll go
been
grab a
abandoned by the
drink
vampire
or
lady?
5.
We're
Uh-huh.
fine.
All right, cool.
Your sponsors are taking deep breaths after
Oh,
after
yeah.
talking to this lady.
We're both like having like, oh,
just
I was
looking
about
at
to
you like-
say gay panic, but I'm playing a man.
I mean, it's a vampire
I've
lady. Vampires are all
definitely-
expire. Gay
I mean,
panic. It doesn't matter their
I am
gender.
firmly believing that the act of loving another is inherently gay. So maybe I just loved that vampire.
Romy has definitely been considering what Ivan has said, by the way. Like, totally being like, okay, I guess I do need people to like me. As not great as at that as I am. I get whatever. So, you know, might as well get my confidence up. If there's drinks, I guess I'll grab one. Or 4 or 5.
All right.
Or 6.
Awesome. So I will give you guys a drink list eventually, but I still have to make it because I keep deciding on things. So there are a couple of drinks at this bar. There is the house special. There is what is essentially like a margarita. There's a beer, but it's very low at the bottom, as if no one wants you to actually drink it, as well as a couple of non-alcoholic beverages, mocktails, lemonades, water, things like that. So a couple of options for alcohol, and then a lot of non-alcoholic beverages. After all, it's a theater. They don't exactly want their performers getting drunk. But, so, house drink, margaritas, non-alcoholic beverages, and then a beer at the very
Is there
very
just like a
bottom.
vodka, like just
Yes.
straight?
Yeah, there's straight
Yeah,
vodka.
I'll take that. Great.
Okay. Excellent. All right, awesome. So you walk away with your glass of vodka. Do you rejoin? Now, the bar is a little bit secluded. It has its own secluded tables. There are 2 tables, each with 2 chairs each. No one is at these tables. Do you sit down at these tables, hang out in this back room that's a little bit off to the side for everybody, but you can see people going in and out from this main, like, eating room and the bar? Or do you go back into the bar? You also have that second room below, the recreational room that was mentioned before.
I'll go back to those other fighters.
You go back to the other fighters. Right, excellent. So, who do you want to approach? There's a couple that are individual off to the side. There's a large group, again those newbies who are hanging back a little bit separated. There is a table with only a single lady. She's strong, well musculared. It's like a very tan skin, brown hair, who's sitting alone, but in that sense that she is not closed off. She's very open, as if she is just relaxing, watching everybody, but with a very casual gaze of just like almost motherly, even just watching over everybody. So who do you approach?
I am eyeing the woman. She
Mm-hmm.
is catching my gaze for some reason. But I'm gonna go over to the larger group and introduce myself.
All right, awesome. You go over to the larger group. There's a variety of different fighters. The Dragonborn is not in this larger group. He's off to a second one, which is why you chose this one, because you did not want to embarrass yourself yet again. It's a larger group. These people seem to know each other, but not quite too well. There's an older gentleman with a very long, dark beard. There's another one, a water Genasi, actually. Young, almost a little bit younger than you even, but who seems well versed in these people. And they're all like, as their group is almost an open circle, as you go to join it, heading on the ends, they welcome you in introducing themselves as well. Some with clearly stage name. There's a Spike. There's a Spoke, who seem to be twins almost.
I like that.
So Spike and
That was
Spoke.
good.
So they all introduce themselves. So yes, it's like, welcome. How are you doing? How are you liking it? Have you been anywhere else? Have you seen the recreational room this year? Oh my God! Last year it was a big hullabaloo about Golden bringing these like fancy little things to give to his sponsors and everything. So this year they brought a whole craft table. It's fascinating. Like, we're not really good at it, but we've been finger painting earlier today. It was great. It was a great time. We did get it all over the floor. It is a little bit of a mess, but that's not our job to clean it up.
Sorry, did you say Golden?
Yeah,
As in
Golden.
The Dragonborn.
Yeah, he brought all these, like, they're gorgeous. I'm so interested in see what he brings this year. But like last year, there's these like cute little itty bitty handkerchiefs with like a little flower embroidered on it. He did it himself. Can you imagine that? Like, look at this man. And he can embroider. Girl, please. I could not.
I love him.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
he
mean?
Seems nice enough. What? Sorry. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's actually my first year.
First year? Excellent. That's so cool. So you're gonna be at tier 1. That's so exciting. I remember my like last couple of years, I was at tier 1 for like ages. But it's so fun because you only have to fight once and then you can relax the rest of the day. You still get paid the same as like everybody else, no matter how many times you fight, which is great. Which means I just have to fight once. But I'm in tier 2 because they're like, you can't keep fighting in tier 1. And I was like, fine, whatever, you can bump me up. I'm just here to have a good time, man.
How long have you been fighting?
Like 5 years. Like I've been here like a couple times. I was here with, oh my God, there was this you don't, oh my God, you're new, you don't know the tea. Oh my God, girl. There was, so okay, the whole thing here is that you can't kill anybody. It's like till first blood or whatever. You cannot kill anybody. That's like the main rule. Like maiming, fine. When you get up to the higher levels, like tier 5, that's when people like really go at each other. But like I think the worst thing that's ever, well, not the worst thing, but like the worst thing that like actually is allowed is somebody got their arm amputated. Brutal. But there was this dude, right? Weird ass motherfucker, masked up and everything. I think he was called like, it's something spooky. I don't honestly remember, but I remember he murdered somebody, like fully murdered somebody in the thing, in like the arena. Like he was like a tier 2 or whatever.
What?
I don't know how
I'm sorry. What?
Uh-huh.
Did you say masked?
Yeah. He was like fully masked. Nobody knew his name. He never talked to anybody. He was weird. But yeah, he stabbed somebody and then he got kicked out and he's like fully banned. That's been like the biggest drama, but that was my first year here. And let me tell you, that
How
was
long
wild.
ago was that?
Like 4 years ago. No, it was 5 years ago. I've been fighting for
Oh,
5 years. It happened
right.
on like the first year that I was here, and it was nuts. I'm really glad that that's probably not gonna happen for like your first year because like they've wholly like there's like fully like magic stuff. I don't really understand it. But like there's fully magic stuff that stops people from murdering each other because that happened that wasn't supposed to happen. But yeah, he
I'm
murdered
so
something.
sorry to keep asking, but
Uh-huh.
do you like he didn't take off the like what the mask looked
No.
like?
No, that was like
What
the
was
weirdest thing. Is because he came in
oh
masked. Which like there's a couple people
oh
here that have like a mask when they're fighting because it's like their persona or whatever.
what did the mask look like?
Um, it was weird. It was like blank almost. Like you know how like you have like the really freaky little theater masks that have like the big old smiles and everything? No, like this one had like no expression. Rummy.
Else is
You've seen
this?
this mask before.
I have. I
You
have.
have. You know this mask. No
Do
expression, and there
you
was like a little stripe going down it. Or maybe it wasn't a stripe. It was like some little symbol thing. But it was like black, I think. Or like gray. I don't know. It was
right.
weird. I was just mostly focused on the fact that he murdered somebody, and I was like, oh my
Right.
god, that
Who
could have
did
been
he
me.
that sounds horrible. Who did he
Uh-huh.
murder?
Um, well, so there was this guy, right?
Mhm.
So nobody liked him, but he was really good as like a tier level 2. Like obviously he never like graduated up to the higher levels, but he was really good as a tier 2.
Right.
So it was Hunter, I think was his name. He was this, I don't know. You know, that now that I
Hunter.
think about it, I don't, that's weird. I don't know. Anyways, it's probably in like the records or everything. It was a big deal. But yeah, he got murdered. It's wild. It's not gonna happen to you, I promise. But
I'm
you good?
I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm great. I'm great. Thank you. Sorry. That just sounds kind of terrifying. I was
Oh, sorry. I know it freaks people out. And then
no,
like
it's
Spike over here tells me that I'm
okay.
like way too lackadaisical about it. But like he keeps letting me do it, so I'm assuming there's nothing wrong. This is Spoke that you're talking to. Spike is
Right.
like the rest of
And
the
you're
group over
twins,
here.
yes?
No, we're
You're
fully
not?
from different countries. Like it's the
No
weirdest
way.
thing, bestie. Like Spike over here, he's from like where are you from, girl? And Spike is, while they look practically identical,
Mm,
Spike is not like the group here is all very used to Spoke, and he's done this for every single newbie. And you get the
mm,
telling that these people just let him go as like a form, like a little bit of entertainment.
yes.
Um, Spike looks over at you, and he says that he is from. Hold on, where is he from? Hold on, there's too many information in my head. He is from. Okay, he is from Nariwell. So this is the
Mm.
kingdom by Learis, which is where
I'm
Dell is from.
so sorry to keep bringing this up. Did
Uh-huh.
you're sure he didn't this masked person didn't talk to anyone?
No, it was weird, right? Because everybody's pretty willing to
Right.
talk to each other, because that's like the
Mhm.
whole thing. Like it's a whole like performance or
Mhm.
whatever. And we
Yes.
thought he was bringing in from like the people who are running this thing. We thought he was like brought in as like a dark horse or as like a surprise villain or something. Because they do that
Uh,
sometimes. It usually doesn't work out because like the villains are usually not actually villains. Like they're really nice and charming or whatever. So we thought that was what he was, like a whole like secret thing. But no. He never took his mask off. And then we went looking. I think Spike went looking for. What did you go looking for? He. We, as a collective, as the fighters, like when this happened, this is very unusual. We went looking to see who his sponsor was, and he
of
didn't
course.
have one, which was very unusual. It's why they're a lot more. They're not strict on it now, but if they ever go around like asking like who are you sponsored by, who are your cards, like it's because what we think happened is either he signed up and paid for himself or his sponsor like left the ship. um no one knew what his sponsor looked like, no one knew what he looked like.
Mm.
And hunter Hunter had connections to people, but we never knew, or we never asked, because a lot of the fighters here have connections to people that are, a little bit more shady. You don't
Right.
end up in a Coliseum gladiator fight without having a messy past. So we don't tend to like pry too much on it, because if you're asking, then someone else is, and that someone else might get you killed in the case of Hunter. And what was his name? No one knew. I don't know what this masked man name is. We've been trying to figure out. We think something happened to like
I'm
erase
sorry.
memories and some kind
Hunter,
of
I
controversy.
keep
Mhm.
names. I'm bad with names.
You're
Hunter, I'm
good.
sorry. I forgot. who
Hunter is the guy that got killed.
Right. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
God. Who did you know anyone close to Hunter?
Mm-mm. A lot of the fighters here, we see each other every year at best,
Uh-huh.
maybe every couple of years. There's some fighters like who will come in like 1 year and like make a really big impression on everybody, and then just never come back. There was Maz from like a couple years ago, like 3 years ago, um, that came in, and she was a delight. Everybody loved her. Everyone was excited to see her again, but she just never showed up. You don't hear this conversation, so never mind.
What do you mean?
But
What does that mean? What does that mean?
you'll find out. Yeah, so people will come in, but we don't tend to like really know each other. Like, there's a couple people that we know.
Mhm.
Spike and I have been like, we started out together. Like, we started like his first year was my first year, so we fought together. We fought each other. We were for each other's first round, which the sponsors thought were real funny. They like to play those little word games and everything. But yeah, unless you come with somebody, you don't really know each other intimately. So nobody knew him. He'd been here for I think 3 years, but it wasn't super friendly. Hunter wasn't super friendly, but he wasn't like unfriendly. He was just a fighter like everyone else.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you hear anything, if you find anything out about Hunter,
Mhm.
come talk to me. I'm big on justice, and I feel horrible that happened. I'd like to know more if you ever find anything out.
I'll keep an eye out. We haven't had anyone
you.
asking about him for a while, but Rami, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
+2 to whatever you roll. What was it?
A 1.
A 1. So this guy definitely has the terrible intentions. He does not like you. He thinks you're evil, and he thinks you're a bad person.
What? What?
That's what you get on a natural 1, which is a critical failure.
That's bad. Holy shit.
Man, I was about to say that. I was about to say that he's got such a dear place in my heart.
I know, I
Uh-huh.
loved him so much, and now I'm like, that's my fighter. What the fuck you mean, bitch?
Like that is my fighter.
So nice. He was so nice.
I know, and he was so gay, and I loved it.
You rolled a natural 1.
This is your fault.
Can I re-roll?
No.
You bitch.
No, you've
You think
ruined
he's
it.
evil. This does not mean he's evil. You just think that.
Okay,
You
this is
just-
actually very in character. Romy has a horrible impression on literally everyone. Just literally just horrible.
He was so nice and gay.
Thank you.
I
Thank
know,
you.
for real.
Do you have you tried the drinks here?
Oh yeah, like the house. Oh my god, the house drink, delicious. This is Spoke Tonic, the really fruity one. Yeah, it's delicious, girl. I had like
Spike
2 of
doesn't
them
like
on
me.
me. Spike doesn't like you. Spoke is flamboyant.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, we're good, guys. Okay, holy shit. I
Okay,
thought,
we're
I
good.
thought it was my
I thought
fave
you were
here, and I was
saying
like,
we're
you're
good.
flamboyant
kidding.
one.
Hallelujah.
Like-
Hallelujah.
I was
No,
so
these
confused.
are the ones, the people that look like twins. They're
I
not
was-
twins.
Okay,
Spike
wait.
is the one that you think doesn't like you,
Okay,
and then
okay.
Spoke is the dumbass flamboyant
my
one who
God.
has
And the
zero brain
flamboyant
cells.
one that's so
Love
dear to my
Spoke.
heart.
Spoke
Yeah,
is everything.
He's really, yeah.
We
Okay,
should
anyway.
adopt him.
He's probably
Yeah,
like,
no, the house drink's delicious. Like, I don't know what they
He's
put
my
in it, but
son.
like, oh, I've had like 3. You're technically supposed to have 2, but I lied a little bit. But like, it's okay, girl.
right.
So
Thank you so much.
yeah,
for,
absolutely.
chatting with me.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
a
see
lot
you
less
later.
convinced. Yeah, I'll see
Oh,
you later.
absolutely. I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
what I'm here for, girl.
Slay.
Bye.
Thank you.
I
Bye.
feel like me and Spoke could have a wonderful, like, joint together.
What's to say he already hasn't?
For real.
He's
I feel
probably
like
had a good 3.
Spoke is part of the dream joint rotation.
All right, cool. So you've learned information about
Mhm.
the person that you're hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you guys. So, Vampire Lady has left. You're in a gay
Bye,
panic.
Mommy.
There's other fighters around, there's other sponsors around. You see people have like trickled in and started to like get more comfortable with each other. A lot of people have left already now that they've had like their first like initial bonding things. So things have started to clear out. The Dragonborn is over in the corner, but the Vampire Lady is still gone. ROMY is with these other fighters and seems to be having a good time. At least you think so. What's happening over there? You're not certain, but you think it's fine. Nobody's fighting, which is a plus. So what do? Do you want to check out the recreation room? Do you want to talk with fighters? You can get drinks. You could go find your own rooms. You can check the schedule. There's a couple of things you can do. You can talk with each other, figure out what you think your plan is to make your fighter the most palatable, not just to win
Okay.
things, but to win the people. You can talk about how the fact that Del fully thinks that the dress is not from where it's supposed to be.
Hey, didn't we say his like intelligence was really low?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
negative
so we're
one.
fine. It was bound to happen eventually.
I just silently hold on to that and like almost hold a grudge at your lack of knowledge
Damn it.
in this situation. And I will be bringing it up at
Of course.
later points.
I'm so glad. So glad. Me when I can't outrun my idiocy.
How dare you not know hyper-specific dresses from the vampire kingdom of the undead when you're not from there?
I know.
How dare you?
Okay.
But what do you two do?
So what do we do?
I kind of want to
Read me my options again, actually.
Wait, I have like 2 things that I want to do, which is the issue. So let me pull it here with Ash. This is not me as Del. This is me so out of character right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Fuck that. Hang on. Back up. In character. Let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Okay, Del's gonna look over you and be like, the way I see it, we have 2 really spectacular options on our hands. Number 1, we need to come up with a game plan about what we're going to do about ROMY.
We do.
But number 2, did you notice we were talking with the Dragonborn and that woman, and I couldn't help but notice that they said something about them being rather infamous, but they didn't go into that, and I think we should learn more about that too. What do you think, partner?
I mean, our fighter appears to be doing fine on their own.
For now.
I say we learn more about the Dragonborn and the Vampire Lady.
I think you're right. Should we
And we do
ask-
that however we
You
do
do
that.
All right, cool. So from your role earlier, you know that there's, because you were looking at wealth, the vampire lady, clearly the richest person in this place. That doesn't mean that there's not other rich people. She's just filthy rich. There's a couple other people. You see, hold on. Let me pull up my list of NPCs because I have so goddamn many.
You're so real.
That's why I made like half of them leave. Because I'm like, no, there's too
Bye,
many.
bitch.
No, don't talk to them.
They're
No.
peasants. They don't get your time. That's the energy.
They
Okay.
don't deserve me.
Cool. So there is a
Really?
couple of people. There is done. There is a humanoid with what you believe to be human, but might have other features that they're hiding. There's a humanoid with like brown hair. It's got like little pink streaks in it. She's wearing what looks to be like adventurer's gear. She's got a little pack strapped to her hip. She's got like a sword in her back. It seems to be like all like cleared up as not to be drawn quickly. This is a fighter who's very relaxed. She's on her own. She's just sipping, like leaning against a wall, sipping a little drink. She's watching over the fighters. You can see her gaze lingering on one of them. This has to be one of the sponsor watching her over her own fighter, just like you were do earlier, keeping an eye on them. There is a tiefling, another one with like purple skin, gray horns, a little tail swishing behind her. She's like sitting at a table. She's got a little book. And she's flipping through it, making notes, occasionally looking up and watching things. Those are your two options. So, purple tiefling, humanoid woman. One of them seems to be more bookish. The other one seems to be a relaxed adventurer. Both of them do have like their own little drinks. So,
Okay. I'm kind of thinking the bookish lady.
What I was thinking too.
Okay, good. We're geniuses. Okay, slay.
Yes.
This is what we
We're
call
on the same
teamwork.
page.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Oh my gosh.
all right, cool.
Um,
So, she's sitting at a table. There
I'll just
are
be like the
3
lobby
other
lady.
chairs around her. It's like a 4-seater table. She's sitting at one of them. Again, she doesn't appear to be like closed off, very open shouldered. She's just watching, making notes, looking through her books and everything. So, what do you do?
okay. I'll lean over to Ash and be like, that seems like a good place to start. And then I'll walk over. I
Right,
love
awesome.
that Dell
I
is like,
follow behind.
I like how Dell is like the team extrovert. That wasn't intentional. It just happened.
It does. So-
Ash opts to silently observe.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So she looks up as you guys approach her, and then gestures you for to sit down. The chairs are not pushed all the way in; they are a little bit out, so they're very easy to sit down in. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Nim. First time. What are your names? And she goes to write those things down in her book.
Wait, what did she
So,
say?
Del,
last
you-
bit?
What are your names?
Oh.
So, and as she asks those, she turns to write those things down. Del, you have told people that your name was Danny DeVito.
Oh shit! That's right. I'm Danny DeVito. I forgot about that.
And then you told the vampire lady that your name was Del. So it's up to you whether or not you tell this woman your stage name or your real name. Just
I
letting you know.
Completely forgot I did that.
I know.
Total
it's-
ADHD brain. I love that for myself. Okay. I'm Danny. Danny DeVito.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Danny DeVito.
Pleasure's all mine, Nim.
Ash is struggling to hide their smirk and conceal their laughter.
All right, awesome. And then your name as well? And then she looks at Ash.
Oh, I'm Ash.
Ash, excellent. All right, awesome. And you guys have a fighter here as well. Like, do you know what they like? What are they good at? Their name? Do you know what? First year, so there has to be tier 1. Do you think that they'll be able to hit the couple tiers in like the next couple days, or do you think they'll stick at tier 1 for a while?
Well, their name is Romy,
All right, Romy. Excellent. Okay, cool.
and they're a
Correct, yeah,
fighter.
they're a fighter. All right, excellent. Awesome. Good to know. She does not seem to be phased about the
I love
fact that
that.
you're not giving her a lot of information. She seems fully focused on like documenting everything. So, all right, awesome. What brings you here? I know a lot of people here for like just the joy of it. I know there is a. She looks through like the past couple pages. There's the big treasure that's going to be given to the winner. Are you guys here for that? I know it's a big artifact which hasn't been seen here in like, the last 10 years, like or so that they've like given an artifact to the winner. So, what are you here for? And she looks up at both of you guys.
That's actually a good question. Ash, why are you here? Here for that prize?
I've heard of it. Just intrigued
Oh, don't
by it.
like honestly wouldn't be the first. There's a lot of more newcomers this year who are here specifically for that, just because it's supposed to be like super powerful or whatever. I'm here, sorry. Nim, my fighter's over there. That's Bar. She's really great, love her to death. She's really good at what she does. We're just mostly just here because we've been here all the time. Like we're actually residents of Willowfell, so it's kind of just like a thing that we do. I've got another one that happens during the Magic Arena. It's a really good place to get information. That's what I deal in, information. I run the library actually in Willowfell, so I like to have records of everything, and it's a lot easier to actually talk to people face to face when they're here instead of trying to get the information secondhand. But yeah, no, don't worry about saying that you're here for the artifact. Again, records. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you've
Mhm.
taken a lot of in-depth records. That's
Oh yeah.
rather impressive, actually. So you've got records for what? Just names, or do you
Names,
happen to have
ages,
written down
birthdays, zodiac signs.
zodiac?
I think there are a couple.
Zodiac signs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if like you have the birthday, you have their zodiac sign, and like not a lot of people are really into it, especially here, because like love them to death. We love our fighters, and I mean this in the nicest, most like sweet way possible. Some of them got a little bit of a bricks for brains, and like if you try to tell them like that they're Sagittarius, and they're like, I don't know what that is, and you're just like, I mean, that's what a Sagittarius would. Well, not usually. I'm messing things up. It's a bit sporadic today. It's the first day, lots of information to go around. But you know, like, and they do the things that you expect them to do. But yeah, no, I have almost everything, like any kind of recorded dates, any kind of fights, who hates who doesn't like
Oh.
who. I know there was a secret relationship, like 2 years back. That was a whole drama thing. I had everything on that. But I just like knowing things. Like I like knowing things. And then you never know when you need something, right?
Right. I I'm sorry, a secret
Mhm.
romance 2 years back? Now that sounds juicy.
Oh
I can tell
yes.
you're itching to tell us about it. Go ahead. Don't hold yourself
Okay.
back.
So, oh my God, it was this fighter, and they weren't with the person they got with was a sponsor, but it wasn't their sponsor. And like it's
Oh,
not frowned upon. Like you can have romance and everything, but like it's not like it's weird. Like there's a person paying for you, and then you go and like sleep with the sponsor of somebody else's fighter, and like turns out this whole thing was because they were trying to rig the game. Like
no
they were
way.
yes. Wild. It was the fighter sponsor's idea, and then but the fighter and the sponsor like fell in love, and they're really cute together. We get their pictures every couple of years. They've got a little baby together. It's adorable. But yeah, no,
Aw.
it went down. It was wild. So yeah,
Who was that between?
it was between. She flips through a couple of her pages. Purple with no E, specifically. Every time he would say that it was purple with no E, to the point that we wrote his name down as purple with no E. Um, and then the sponsor was Lady. Who was it? It was Lady Taz. She's from Laeris. She's just like I don't know who she is. She wasn't really that important because she never came back, but they're really cute together. But yeah, that was the secret romance. There's been a couple of other drama things that have happened, but I record all of it.
Right. I actually
Mhm.
heard a little bit about some, I don't know if it's drama or
Mhm.
what, but I mean, you're so smart with all of this information. You might be able to tell us.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah, no. Say it how it is, you know. Do you know anything about that dragonborn over there and the
Oh,
vampire
Ivan?
lady? Yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so their first year, so their first year was last year. They were newbies last year. Never like Sylvania doesn't really like interact with a lot of us. Like a lot of the countries. Like if you've been to anyone, Sylvania doesn't really interact with us. Probably like uh actually, I don't even think they do. They're very closed off. I mean, they're vampires and undead, and we're living and everything, so it's kind of like weird and everything. And a couple of them like keep trying to eat people. Wild. She hasn't. Fair warning. She has not like killed anybody or like it's if you're worried about that, like that's she doesn't do that. She's very classy.
A
She's lovely. Even like
vegetarian.
maybe I don't know. It feels weird to ask her that because she's so nice that it feels weird to be like, "Hey, what is your diet?" It seems like I like knowing things, but that seems like a little invasive. Anyways, their first year was last year. They came in, and Ivan was like, so the whole thing, like you've heard, like it's a theater of war more than like an actual like physical gladiator arena. So who wins is more important than just who fights people, but who also like makes people love them. Ivan came in, and not only did he like, it's weird to go up multiple tiers in like a single year. They like to like either keep you at tier one, tier two, like you move up a tier. He moved up four. He started at one, and not only did he win every single fight he was in to get up to tier four, which is back to back fightings with like no like everyone else. Like if you're in tier four already, you get the 3 days break. But he won his fights back to back to back to back. And he came in with like all these little favors. Like everyone loves him. He's great. He's wonderful. But like he's predicted to win this year. And like the lady, hold on, what's her name? Uh, Lady Veta, the vampire lady that you were talking to earlier. Lady Veta, she is honestly probably one of the best sponsors that I've ever seen because not only does she like run based like she knows everyone loves her. I don't think she's had a bad word to say about anyone. And like she's rich, obviously. She's like a noble from Sylvania. Like they're filthy rich. And like it doesn't matter. Like she'll buy drinks for people, but it's not like she flaunts it. She doesn't like use it. Like there's this one dude over here, ugly as motherfucker.
Oh.
His name is Robert. He's gross. He flaunts his wealth. He tries to be like he was the bigwigs before Lady Veta came. He was the bigwigs who had all of the money and everything. He'd flaunt it. He'd praise his like put like magic and everything. And like she comes in, she has more money than him. He knows that. And then suddenly he's like bowing at her fate, basically. Like she's amazing. And then Ivan is so nice and caring. I know there was this guy that got really hurt badly last year. Like his knee got like all like bruised and everything. Not his like anyone's fault, but he took a really bad tumble and kind of just knocked it out of place. And Ivan was the one to essentially just like stand beside him because he'd fought him earlier. He was going to fight him. No, didn't fight him earlier. He fought somebody else earlier. What? But yeah, he was gonna fight him in the next fight, but he was like I'm not gonna like go at this man who's essentially like taken out of commission, and his whole that's why he never went past tier four because he refused to fight someone who was already like knocked out basically. And that just turned everybody like because there's been other fighters before who were like, I don't care, like I'm supposed to fight this person. Like he can stand, he can walk, he can fight, and Ivan was like, no. Like he was the one to walk out of the arena. He refused to fight.
I see
But
why he's so popular then. He sounds like
he's wonderful.
they
He's a sweetheart.
both sound wonderful.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're here for your first year, if there's anyone to look to, especially if you want your fighter to win, it's going to be Lady Veta. Like once she gets her win, I know they want to come back in like the next couple of years, but once they get their win, I'm pretty sure they're going to take a couple years off, just because like the people up like the people running this place don't like to have the same sponsor have their fighter win multiple years in a row. Like they like to cycle them out. So I imagine she's either going to come in with like a new fighter and have them stick in the lower tiers. But if you want to have your fighter win, she's the one that you should be mentored by. She's incredible. Like pretty good. But again, I'm mostly just here for information, and then my fighter is mostly just here for money, which is fair. Like there's no shame in that. She gets paid wonderfully. So we're not really here to win. We're just here for selfless purposes, basically. But she's the one you want to talk to. I can help you out if you want to for anything information-wise. I'm just a bit bad with people. Like I can do one-on-one conversations, but if you could talk about literally anything other than like information, I'm horrid. Like I'm so bad. Like small talk, like the whole thing of like the big ball where you have to talk about the weather, and I could not. Like I die. She's very autistic.
I love her, actually. Me when I see an autistic character and I'm like, it's me.
But, all right, awesome. So you have your information of what happened last year. Since they did something that no fighter had ever been able to do.
Okay.
Went through all of the tiers back to back to back, to the point where he could have won if he did not refuse to fight someone, because they were already pre-injured.
So there we have it. Our first session concludes. If you don't want to wait for the next YouTube update, you can always watch us play this campaign live. Usually Chip streams it on Twitch, and that's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. EST. A link to that will, of course, be in the description below. Mistakes were definitely made this session, but I will say worse mistakes were made in session 2. So stay tuned for that one. Okay, bye!